Hello everyone, and welcome back to my Let's Play of the Seance at the Blake Manor. Well, last time we had a fairly extensive investigation into a number of people and had our unforgettable luncheon, but most importantly, we finally managed to meet Mr. Coventry, who is a jeweler from London, who is the most suspicious boy to ever be suspicious. On account of him claiming that Evelyn Dean's locket is his dead wife's locket, and claiming different names for his wife, and then claiming that he actually had two dead wives. Very strange man. We will need to look into him a lot more. But at this point in time, we do not have the access to his room, because it is in the only wing of the house that we do not have the master key for, which we will hopefully rectify right now by going into the basement and picking it up. At least I hope. Maybe not. The basement doors appear to be closed. Yeah, I guess let's begin. A service door down to the basement, presumably for deliveries and the likes. So we probably can only get into the basement tomorrow when there are deliveries happening. That's how they're getting us. Okay, so we cannot get into the basement until tomorrow, so we probably cannot get into Coventry's room until tomorrow. Okay, in that case, let's talk to Father Synod.
Yes, my child.
Yes, we actually don't have much to talk to him about. We could talk to him about various people. We talked to you about Evelyn. Do you know anything about Walter Blake? You know what, let's talk about himself. Tell me about yourself, Father. What could you want to know other than that I am a priest? Do you want a list of hobbies? ... Are you the local priest? I am not. If I were, things would be different here. My parish is in Belmullet, a few days' walk north of here. Did you walk here? I did. If it were a good enough way for the Lord to get around, it would do me too. The task at hand requires dedication, persistence, sacrifice, and clarity. The walk here helped me hone my mental fortitude. Okay. I guess we could ask about... Who do we care about, is the question. Do we ask about... I don't think any of these topics are all that relevant. Okay. Well, if we cannot access basement until tomorrow, then what do we do? Yeah, it will not let us enter basement from other places. In that case, I think we are going to try and find Dupré and see if he can help with
Sorry, sir. Would you mind?
the haunting problem or the lady or Darcy. Before we go, let's pop into the Eastern Tower. Is that the one that had the sunroom? Yes, okay. Let's examine this portrait then. Percival Blake, the 4th Marquess of Doon. A nasty looking character for sure. I've seen this symbol. It was on an archway below here. Is it just me, or is his remaining eye looking downwards? It's a shame that whatever left him with this wound didn't kill him. The buttons on his jacket have the same pattern as those on the missing doorway at room 15. I mean, neat, but also feels like an excessive way for telling me this pattern, because it's... The start room was much easier to find, you know... it was much easier to find via the sunroom, just going up to the sunroom. So I'm not sure if this was terribly helpful. Okay, that's the culprit window feels blocked. It keeps telling me that there is something new when there is nothing new. Alright then. Toilet. Stuff closet. Gardens, bathhouse, bar. We do not care about any of this. In half hour we are going to have another talk, which we will of course attend, as it also involves Fiat Callahan, who we want to talk to. Okay, you are the two Blakes. Mary Blake, deceased 1894. Jonathan Blake, the Marquess of Doon since 1874. Alright. Bar is open from 4 p.m. I guess... Well, let's pop into the library and see if anyone is hanging out here. Yes, there are. And it is again the lesbians.
This would have been easier in London. Or if I'd wanted to be very proper about it. Home. I do think my parents would have rather had it that way, certainly.
Are you sure this is the right solution, though? Shouldn't you wait to see how things play out? There is still the social season.
Well, that's not for another half year. And some of those young men are positively frightened of me. Here, I might find somebody who understands.
I understand.
And I don't think there's time to wait. You'll keep me right, won't you?
Don't I always? Besides, I'm telling you, you needn't worry so terribly. I'm sure things will be back to rights soon enough, one way or another. And I am usually right about these things. You know that.
I shan't tell you that. It might be true, but I shan't say it.
Update. Lau might be a lesbian, and MacLeod might not be.
Idiots and ghouls, all of you. What did you think would happen? That nobody would mind? That they were not entirely as capable of vengeance as you?
Are you talking to ghosts, or are you schizophrenic?
And for what? For 16 funerals in 30 years. But at least the caskets were nice. And you never even saw the ruin you caused. It's just me in this godforsaken library. Bastards! What damnable stock we are!
You are literally not alone in this library. There are a lot of other people here. Miss Quinn. Scars on hands and face. Multiple scars, as if she suffered several different accidents and injuries. Brooch. A striking brooch worn around the collar. Pen in pocket. Its varnish is worn around the grip. She uses it often, and probably for long periods of time.
If you'd hold a moment, I'm just looking for something.
Are you all right, miss?
Fine. Just looking for a book. I know I had it just a few days ago, but now it's nowhere to be found.
Okay, so you were probably involved with the missing book on the Irish gods.
Without it, damn it! I'm at a dead end. Would you tell me if you see it? It's a book on local land records from late last century. It has to be around here somewhere, unless another guest has taken it.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. How odd. You, Quinn. What do you mean we have not yet talked? We slightly talked. We'll get back to you later. I think at the moment I'm prioritizing Dupre. You, Miss MacLeod. white heather hairpin, a collection of small dried white flowers in her hair. Innocent bearing, she presents herself more like a child than an adult. What an odd way to describe her. She looks weirdly Asian. I think they give her essentially the same eyes as Miss Lau. Morning cameo. A jet and ivory cameo depicting a man's silhouette. Is it in memory? It's in memory of someone. But who? Watchful expression. She has an acute gaze, no doubt watching events quite carefully.
I don't believe we know each other, do we? Have you just arrived?
Only recently. Declan Ward, miss. Pleased to meet you.
And are you, Mr. Ward? Were you meant to be here, or did something bring you suddenly? Oh, blast. That shouldn't matter. Oh, and now I've forgotten to say my name. Ivy MacLeod. I'm sorry. You have me all flustered. I am host to the second sight, you see. I know things. Or at least I should. It feels as if, since coming here, I'm host to nothing anymore. I should have known you were going to be here. And be late. But it's just more proof that something is wrong.
What a bizarre thing to tell an absolute stranger.
I'll let you be, miss.
Take care.
I don't think we've met. Who might you be?
My name's Declan Ward. Miss,
Ah, the man from this morning. The man from room number 4. I am Mrs. Victoria Lau. How do you do?
Mrs. Lau. A pleasure. Another seance attendee?
Indirectly only. I am Miss MacLeod's chaperone. The event itself is not to my taste. I am here for her, and her alone.
That's all, miss.
Farewell, Mr. Ward.
You people are weird. You people are so weird. Actually, maybe it is highlighting exclamation point because I technically have not talked to some people, but they already have new information on them, so I cannot mark it off. Okay, yeah. We have seen a surprising amount. And you too. Okay, we actually managed to eavesdrop on her in this regard. We'll talk to them one day. A lot more books. Mary Blake, Percival Blake. Well, not a lot more books, one more book. Information on Percival Blake. Reader. Percival Blake became the Marquess of Doon at the age of 24, when his father, Graham, died of old age. This was in 1739. He ruled through the Great Freeze, the year of the slaughter, the Jacobite Rising, until he drowned in the tsunami of 1755 at the age of 40. I see some annotations that suggest that he didn't drown in the tsunami, more that he was drowned during it. It seems he was not popular with the people around him. In 1744, a scullery maid went missing. Thomas suggested she had rejected advances he made. What is a scullery maid? Scullery is kitchen. It is a separate room next to the kitchen for messy tasks like washing dishes and food prep, and laundry. Her fiancé came from a nearby village to find her, and he too wasn't heard from again. Various notes are added, from different periods, that say staff believed he walled them up, alive. One note says that they can still be heard sobbing for one another through the darker months. Despite this gruesome reputation, a portrait of him still resides in the East Tower. It's odd that they say this in a book because I'm pretty sure the manager said that the portrait was moved recently. Or maybe it was Blake who said that. Yeah, that's cool topics and all, but I don't think we care all that much about Irish history at present. You, maybe? We could talk to you. Is anyone hanging out in the drawing room? Yes, it is. Oh, it's Erickson, the fake psychic. No, nothing to do with you. And this leads to the West Tower, which is of no interest to us at present. Okay, then let's check the outside, because last time we saw Dupre hanging out there. Circuit, who is also interesting to us, maybe? Cloakroom, nothing? Who knows where... Oh! I'm afraid that's staff only, old chap. Well, thank you for warning us. Okay, you, Miss Hisham. Necklace. The design on her necklace is reminiscent of cracked porcelain. Tiredness. She looks tired, as if she hasn't slept well in a long time, and she's apparently very tall. Headdress. A headdress of some sort. Charcoal smudged hands. There are dark smudges on her hands. She had been drawing. So did she draw the vase?
Mr. Ward, you need to talk to me?
Yes, actually, let's... Yeah. Miss Hisham's drawing of a vase. We didn't find... well... Let's ask you about your timetable first. What are your plans for Saturday? Well, I do not think I can miss the ball this evening. I want to know what is considered to be a party over here. Until then, I'm interested in the history of this matter. I will attend the Marquess Stoker at 11. And I'm meeting Mr. O'Meara for lunch at 1. As for tomorrow, social obligations aside, I intend to explore the manor. Quite an interesting building, and so large. I'm sure it holds many secrets. I hear the graveyard is opening up too. I may pay a visit at around 11. And of course, I do not think I can miss the seance. You're drawing. Have you been drawing a vase? The vase of Nectanebo. I can see it when I close my eyes. Long buried, and then long lost. It should be somewhere here, in these halls. But it is not here to see. Someone has hidden it away. But where? The basement? The church? Blake's own residence? I can find nothing. If only I could find some records. Excuse me, I am just passionate. Okay.
I'll leave you be.
May Allah guide you.
Okay, so we have that. Should we ask her about the dreams? We will ask Fiat Callahan about the dreams, so I don't think this is all that important. Alright. We wonder why she is fixated on the vase. Now let's go outside and see if Duclair is there. Doesn't look like he is, so we do not know where he is. We can scale the vines to get into the manager's office. Newspaper, desk, clipboard, letters, save. But we do not know the code, unfortunately. I don't think we need anything from this. Unless he has something in his pockets. There is nothing in his pockets. Alas. Alas. Absolutely nothing. Okay, yep, the fountain we have seen before. Dupre could also be somewhere in the garden, like the outer grounds. We also need to find the... we need to find the spirit medium to handle the issue of the ghost of possibly Evelyn Dean in above the well. Okay, so this is a dead end for us. In that case, I think for the time being we might just go upstairs and root through some bedrooms. This feels like the prudent course of action. Because I imagine that bedrooms provide a lot more information than just talking to people. Maybe the best way to get to them. Egyptian archaeology. Vase of Nectanebo. Tradition says that Nectanebo, the last native pharaoh of Egypt, was the greatest magician of all the pharaohs. His vase is shrouded in legend. It is said many adventurers and archaeologists have become obsessed with finding it throughout history. Once they attain it, they have a sudden and complete change of personality, often disappearing, leaving their lives and families behind. The last known owner of the vase was Wilhelmina Blake, whose uncle, Lord Barnard Blake, had recovered it from Giza in the late 1700s. She disappeared not long after that. The current whereabouts of the vase are unknown. The vase sounds cursed. Okay. We can now form a hypothesis. Or EU, even though we only have one fact. Yeah, I don't think we are getting to it yet. Oh, maybe we are. Your goal is to reclaim the stolen vase, but she is... obsessed because it is cursed? Oh, okay.
Miss Hisham is searching for a vase stolen by Wilhelmina Blake, but she doesn't know it's cursed. I should find and confront her about this.
Okay, what a thing to say. This is going to be a weird conversation. And I imagine she will need something extra on top of just saying, hey, the vase is cursed. Your goal is to reclaim the stolen vase, but you're obsessed because it is cursed.
Cursed? If you're trying to dissuade me, you will need to choose more than the hysteria of... You are serious.
I'm afraid so.
The thing hasn't left my mind since I first discovered its existence. Every moment I am awake, even when I am not, I think of that vase. If I'm very still, and I feel it pulling me away from myself. And always, I hear a song in the back of my head I have never heard before. I wrote it down, though I do not know what for. Here. Do you see? I am not myself. And yet it seems so important. Not just obsession, then. I will not be subject to such a thing. Will you help me? Will you find and destroy it?
I mean, I could try.
Normally, I would not condone the destruction of something so ancient. But such a thing should never have survived this long.
I'll be honest, you chose to, okay, let's destroy the vase on a dime. It's a bit weird.
And take the music too, in case it helps you. If you find the artifact, Mr. Ward, you must break it. Leave nothing but powder and dust.
Okay. Find where to play the melody. Have we seen the musical instrument somewhere? I am not sure. Okay, we can talk about it with the staff and with Hisham herself. But I don't think the staff is around anywhere. Maybe we start with Barbosa? Let's see whose rooms we have access to. Miss Mantovani is, of course, of high interest. And her bedroom is currently empty. Can we access it? Yes. Okay, let's look into the host of our seance. A letter in Italian. The ink has small circular stains that I recognize as teardrop. The address is La Casina Mantovani. Medium-sized boots of fine Italian quality. Pill bottles. Empty bottles of medication. Is Miss Mantovani ill? I wonder, has she been seeing a doctor while here? Okay, we can discuss this with what's his name? With Callahan. A copy of Malombra by the Italian writer Antonio Fogazzaro. Okay. But yeah, we don't know which nodes are real. I mean, this could be a key. Let's see. Okay, so everything connects to there. No, I don't think I want to try and brute force this. This feels a bit complicated. Posters for events Carmela Mantovani has headlined in the past. She really has traveled the world for this stuff. I would think this is a strange thing to bring, but maybe it suggests she travels often and without much notice. She might be bringing things from one event to another by mistake, or as mementos of her work. A note from Mr. Dupré confirming a meeting in the drawing room. It does not say a time. Fortunate. And her schedule. Miss Mantovani's schedule for this weekend. I have noted her movements in my timetable. Okay. Mantovani. Okay, this is... Okay, she will be in the evening for the talk. This is all. She will be there for a mass. Okay, so when her meeting with Dupré is, we do not know. Mantovani is currently in the... Oh, shawl. That is the shawl that the washerwoman was washing. That is for sure. A tarot deck. Some photographs. We cannot check the bed. Okay. First of all, let's look at the shawl. A shawl, no doubt for the cold weather. Wait, why does this look familiar? Is this a shawl I saw being washed when I arrived here? Does that mean Miss Mantovani? Yeah, we should talk to Mantovani about the shawl. Okay, I'm going to quick save in case at 2 o'clock Mantovani suddenly appears in this room and murders me. But I want to check the things she has. A fresh-looking tarot deck. It must be a spare. Ding dong. Oh, I thought we had a talk right now, but I guess we do not. Okay, Mantovani did not manifest. The talk is at 3 p.m. Okay then. Com? Yeah, it is just a com. A group of people posing in front of a farmhouse. A few of them look a bit like Miss Mantovani. This must be her family, and their... A photograph of a young Miss Mantovani with a mother. grandmother, maybe? Miss Mantovani's family seems very important to her. Blood. A number of blood-stained handkerchiefs. I think she is ill. I don't think this is suspicious, but I think she is coughing up blood. Miss Mantovani must indeed be ill. But how serious is it? We can talk to Callahan about that. Clearly, Miss Mantovani is unwell. I should investigate the nature and seriousness of her illness. Who among the guests might know more? Well, we know who. A contract for this event, signed between her and Vincent Vardy. I would wager this is an unusually high fee for such an event. Certainly I'm being overpaid to be here, and she's receiving many times over. Apostle orders to La Casina Mantovani. Miss Mantovani is planning to sending money home to Italy. Italian newspaper? It seems to be from the same region as her family is from. She seems to be keeping an eye on the local news there. I don't think we need to check her clothes, honestly. Okay, I think we can leave. Alright. Now, what do we do? Maybe talk to... We should probably talk to Finn in the hedge maze about the Irish shit. Walled garden? Okay. I think we'll start by talking to Joyce, and then see who else we talk to. Oh, there is Joyce. Who knows where the vase is? The vase. Miss Joyce.
Good day.
Hello, sir. Anything I can do for...
Oh, yeah, Miss Hisham's melody. I've had this melody stuck in my head for hours, and I don't know where it came from. Do you recognize it? Can't say I recognize the tune, sir. But if you're looking for somewhere to play it, there are a few pianos in the manor. Of course, the finest piano we had was Lady Wilhelmina's, but that's down in storage with the rest of her things. Okay. Did you ever meet Lady Wilhelmina Blake? Goodness, no. She was before my time. A kind lady, quite a musician too. Spent all day playing the piano, from what I hear. Anyway, an odd story, that one. So, up and left one day. No explanation, no letter, and left all her things behind. They've been stored down in the basement ever since. A shame. Such a lovely piano gathering dust in there with all the with all the old boxes. Okay, so I think this is on hold until tomorrow. Let's see. Cross of Saint Bridget. Actually, lock a key. It looks like someone dropped this key in the hedge maze, Mrs. Joyce. Might you know what it's for? That looks like one of the keys for the bathhouse, Lucas. Best you put it back where you found it. Someone will need that. Okay. We want to visit bathhouse then. I hesitate to ask, but would you mind keeping an eye on Mr. Doyle? He may have taken to self-medicating. Oh, that! Don't you worry, sir. I'll set him straight. He's a good boy at heart, I promise you. He just needs a little guidance. At least he has Father Synod to help him along. Always together recently, them two. I'm sure it'll do Seamus some good. I've noticed someone's been putting St. Bridget's crosses around the manor. Oh, that would be myself, sir. You know, they protect against flames. I thought... Well, we could all use some protection, I suppose. Okay. Oh, so much to ask. Your necklace. At a distance, I assumed it was a Resurrectrix, but now I see it is a St. Bridget's cross. Yes, sir. All my love to God, Jesus, and Mary, but I have a special place in my heart for Saint Bridget. I keep her close to me as she protects us, sir. From evil and from fire. You are really concerned about fire. Why can we talk specifically about Brid? Do you know anything about the goddess Brid? Dear Saint Bridget, sir, may she bless us. You know, I think she's always been there for me. I never felt more at peace than when I feel her near, dealing with some syncretism. I feel like we should just talk to the horseman, to the stablesman about this. Sure. I accidentally stumbled into the broom closet recently and noticed a stone cross on the cleaning trolley. Oh, yes, sir. That would be mine, of course. It had broken off an old statue that was being tossed out, and, well, I thought it should not go to waste. Of course. It's a shame about those red stains, though, isn't it? Ah, that's only rust, sir. I quite like it, to be honest with you. After all, Jesus must have bled when he died for our sins. What an odd thing to say. I have the impression, Mrs. Joyce, that little gets past you around here. Oh, no more than any housekeeper, sir. We get all sorts of little insights into the guests, you know. Sure. It seems as if the stall door has been recently mended. That'll be our Mr. Hunter's work. He's quite the handyman. Yeah, okay, let's just leave these questions. I don't think it's worth discussing with you. I don't think you would put a magic charm in anyone's room. Let's just ask you about the written complaint. I couldn't help overhearing that there have been some complaints about you, Mrs. Joyce. I'm sorry. Well, good. If this Lord were pleased with me, I wouldn't be a very good Catholic now, would I? But still, is there anyone you can imagine going out of their way to do such a thing? Who wouldn't? It all comes down to that Mantovani, though, sir. Mark my word. It doesn't matter which monkey squealed. They're all a part of your circus. Okay, you are really not into this crowd. I guess we ask you about yourself. Maybe Evelyn Dean as well. Have you spoken to Miss Dean? Me? Oh, well, I don't know her, of course. It's her first time coming to the hotel. But she seems like such a sweet girl. It is a sin we have allowed her to be at this ungodly thing. She's just a good girl who fell in with the wrong crowd, sir. Mark my words. I've got a smell for these things. A little quiet time with God is all she needs. Maybe that would make her think twice about going into Mr. Coventry's room the other day. Okay, so she has been in Coventry's room. Coventry, you are on the shit list. Again. Yeah, okay, let's ask about the manager. What do you make of this, Mrs. Joyce? Oh, I had no idea Mr. Varley was still on this. Not many would spare a third for a mother in her place. But sometimes the heart goes where it shouldn't, sir. And when all is said and done, every child is a gift from God. What our poor girl would do without him. Poor girl. I'll not say any more about this. It wouldn't be decent, you understand?
I'll be off, Mrs. Joyce.
God bless you, sir.
Okay. You are a bit old. Where is not Hisham Callahan? I want to talk to Dr. Callahan. Okay, I guess these are the... Hold on a second. Yeah, we do not have access to Coventry's room and Offin's room, which are two really important rooms. Well, I'm not sure about Offin's room being all that important, but maybe it is considering the Fae presence. Yeah, keep going down. And we can also spy on people. Yay!
Well, then, what do you make of it? And don't just say you don't like it.
But I don't. Really, what's more to be said about it? They're kicking up dust they don't even notice and leaving us to clean up.
Still, it's not malicious, Antine. This is... You and I both know there's no better place for a seance like this than here.
Better they not hold the blasted seance at all. What's it all for in the end? For the spectacle? Oh, you're much too forgiving, Rory.
And somewhere on the other side of forgiving is stubborn.
You're not the first person to call me that, you know, and you won't be the last. There is no good to come of this.
If there were, you wouldn't know it.
Come on now, Rory.
Leave it for once, won't you? I won't be lectured by a woman who won't listen herself.
Okay, I did have a family squabble. You have quite a build.
Mr. Ward.
So, Callahan. Tell me about Mantovani's health. Have you noticed too that Miss Mantovani seems unwell? You must know that I can't discuss my patient's private medical information with just anyone. I keep their files well protected, so don't get any ideas. I won't be a sort of gossip about that woman. Okay, so maybe we need to check your room when you're not in there. Did it disappear? No. We can also talk to Mantovani and to Dupre. I don't think I care about asking others on these topics. So I think I am actually... maybe Tir Nanook. Yeah. Do you know anything about Tir Nanook? I'll assume that you know it's the old Irish afterlife as such. Or since you're a Catholic, our version of heaven. I say our as Irish people. But also, this is what I believe in. So do take what I say with a grain of salt. There are many things that separate it from heaven, of course. I think the most significant is its accessibility. Catholics have to die to get to heaven, but we pagans can find a way to the other world by less violent means. It is not a truly physical place, of course, and defies physical rules. You can access it via the sea or via passageways on the land. Once mankind learns to fly, and mark my words, we will. We may find gateways up there too. I can't recall quite which, but some faiths took the idea of heaven is up there very literally. Crossover between birds and angels, etc., etc. I have even experimented with entering it via the dream space, but I digress. To be clear, I'm not talking mythologically here. Yes, there are stories of that. Young Oisin of the Fianna went and came back hundreds of years later, of course. But we, you and I, could hop on horses and get to a passageway by the day's end, and it would need to be day's end, for they're stronger at night. Or, if Fiat is right, this is a place of power, and this is a place of power, then we could remove the need for horses entirely. I have gotten close to the threshold to the other world a few times. It is part of my training. But going there and coming back are not the same thing. So I have only gotten close, and that was enough for me. Okay, place of
I
power.
have to be on.
Be well.
I guess that is something we need to discuss. Is this land, or has this land ever been home to a portal to the other world? I gather I should look under the cover of darkness. Interesting. I mean, yes, I need to check the well. And I should probably talk to people about the place of power. What do we still need to create a hypothesis here? A mystery. Now, you, Miss Callahan. Unusual hair color. A stark streak of white runs through her otherwise red hair. Maybe she is just aging. Celtic cross necklace. A Celtic cross, similar to many worn by Catholics in the country. Full jewelry. She has the tan on her skin, as if she spent time working outside. Relevance to the jewelry? Okay. Patched up clothing. Her clothes have seen many repairs.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
We have not. I'm Declan Ward. I arrived just yesterday, from Dublin. And yourself, ma'am?
Fia Callahan. No need for the formalities. I arrived at the hotel just a few days ago, but I've lived in the area all my life.
Ah, a local. A good person for a stranger to become acquainted to.
Oh, I'm not just local. I'm the local bandree, Declan.
a wise woman. I've come to minimize the damage of this damnable seance.
Right, strange dreams. We wanted to talk to you about that. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Well, I do think it's quite likely I'll be out in the maze for most. I'm tending to the old well, you see. It needs a great deal more care than it likes to let on. Between all that, my dear nephew and I have lunch plans at 1. I want to run through my talk with him, which, incidentally, is in the drawing room at 3. After that, it's dinner at 7, and then fit up for the night. As for tomorrow, it seems I'll be in the maze most of the day again, Declan. I've offered a few scrying sessions at the old well. Otherwise, I still have lunch at 1, and I'm seeing the drawing room talks at 3 and 5. Then, of course, it's time to face that damnable seance and see what's to come of it. Strange dreams. I have found my dreams quite disturbed since coming here. That doesn't surprise me in the least. There is foul play afoot here with the seance business. People dreaming they're wandering the halls, trying to get out of this place, end up at the seance instead. And still they want to attend the damn thing. What more warning could they want that it's a bad idea? I'm sure now. Okay. I'm sure now that there is a shared dream being experienced here. But what is it trying to convey, and how can I find out? If only there was a way I could revisit and explore the dream itself. We should talk to Callahan. He mentioned dream methods. Do you know anything about the hedge maze as well? I know everything about it. Do you know that the gods themselves would have drunk water from that well? It's been imbued with their power. As long as that water is pure, the land around it will prosper. Not helpful? What can you tell me about Marchioness Blake? Mary. I can tell you she didn't care much for that title. We only spoke a few times. She had trouble conceiving, so she came to me under the dead of night for some alternative help. The Marquettes wouldn't have liked that sort of thing then. Funny how death changes us. I never heard much of how it turned out, but the boy's on the walls, so it must have lived. That is suspicious. So you have never met him? Not that I doubted it would, mind you. Okay, something is up with Walter, considering no one appears to have ever seen him. And we only saw him as a shadow. Have you met Miss Dean? I have. You stay away from that one, Declan. At least she tried to take what's of value to you. Okay, so you do not like her. Why don't you tell me about yourself, Miss Callahan? Ah, sure. What about me? Anything worth knowing is obvious to someone with a keen enough eye, Declan. You'll be fine. Sorry, I'm distracting you from something. I should leave you alone. Ah, no, Declan. I have the gift of an Andashialan. Just makes it hard to focus at times. Andashialan? I've never heard of this. Do you Jackins know nothing in that city of yours? The two sides, boy. It's something that's been with me since I can remember. It's a blessing and a curse that has allowed women in my family insight into that which lies within and without. So you can see things that other people can't. It's more of an innate sense of the pattern, flow and weaving of imbus about the place, but it does give me a good sniff of people. And from that, I think you're right, Declan. But this event, well, it does give me awful migraines to try and look at the future of it, and that is troublesome to me. But look, I'm talking the ears of you. You didn't come here to listen to me talking doom and gloom, eh? Walter Blake. We can discuss Second Sight. Yep, that is a topic that now appeared. Okay, there is a lot to discuss, actually. Were you at the bridge game on Tuesday? I was, dear, and a fine thrashing we gave the posh beggars too, huh? Who was playing? Oh, well, it was myself and little Rory, against Marquess Blake and Mr. Coventry, much to their dismay. The other table was Miss Queen and Miss Lau, against Mrs. Darcy and poor Miss Barbosa. We thought it would be fun to play, but was soon set right in those thoughts. What? So much to talk about. What do you know about the second sight? Well, Declan, some people are born with an innate ability to sense beyond the mundane. There exists a certain interconnection and weaving of interlacing patterns of life in its many forms. I myself can sense in my bones where a person or event is aligned in this network. For others, they can see ahead in the pattern, sometimes in the forms of visions, often in the forms of dreams. I'm very glad I'm not one of these people. It can hold a great weight and a constant sense of unease. Grimoire. Are you familiar with this book, Miss Callahan? I am not, and I absolutely don't want to be. Whatever those sigils open or close, I want no part in it. Is that what they say? Yes, one opens and the other closes. What, I cannot say, but it is old, powerful, and not for trifling with. We know who to talk about the charm. What is important here? Yes, Milesians. What can you tell me about Milesians? Well, that's the race of men who came to this island and battled the gods for the right to stay. Funny, we first fought them, then we worshipped them, then we largely forgot. I like that more than worshipping the gods that we all lost to in the end myself. Roari is talking more about this at 3 p.m. tomorrow, you know? You could do worse than go to that one for more. Disc. I guess this also covers the Milesians. No, it doesn't. Did you know that Miss Dean hailed from a powerful Milesian bloodline? That's what I've been hearing, at least. Does she now? That little. No wonder she. Oh, I've no time to spend on bitterness, Declan. I'll hope she miraculously puts it to good use, and leave it at that. Tell me about more about Goibnu. What do you know about the name Goibnu? A smithing god, same as Brit. My understanding is his work focused more on war, weapons and armor. Weapons and armor, you see, whereas her work was more for daily tasks. Horseshoes, tools, pots and the likes. Just shadowy figure, maybe? Can you think of anything that might explain a large ghostly figure on the land? Ah, now they've gone and done it. I warned them that nothing good would come of this seance. It is not a ghost, that's for sure. They only come in one size. All this messing has lured some of the fair folk here. Or maybe awoken one of the Tuatha. And don't look at me like a feckless cow, Declan. The Tuatha de Danann. The old gods, gone from our plane to the other world, but sure. What kind of god can't walk amongst its people every now and then? I guess I will ask you about... Yeah, I should ask about these two and then strange materials, and then we move on. What can you tell me about Tirnanok? It is the home of the gods, Declan, and not just the gods, the fair folk, and our dead too. It's sort of underneath us, and it isn't, as is the way of such places. But it's there enough that coming and going is possible through passageways, found at places of great power, once the ray is dug. Heavens like Owainagat, or cairns of important people, or dolmens. Like the rock in the garden? Significant ways under, down, and through. Can we talk about the rock in the garden? Can you tell me about the Tuatha de Danann? The old gods, they're all around us, in the hills, the rivers, the valleys, just below the surface, where the other place can sometimes be found. I like that. I like when I'm angry with a god, I can go to their house and yell at them. You. What do you make of these? They look like components for a spell or charm of some sort to me. For a charm indeed, Declan. But for good or ill, I couldn't say. Either way, simple magic can be very powerful in the right hands. Okay, let's also ask about that. You mentioned you were a Bandrei. What's that? What's that now? Ah, it's like a hedge witch. I offer treatments, both physical and spiritual, to the locals. And I look after the land too. Really though, a land and its people are intertwined, so it's all one. Your duties? Can you tell me more of your duties? Oh, what else is there to say? Healing of the land, the body, the mind, all that. Some veterinary work, blessings on the land, and tributes to keep the other folk happy. I do the odd bit of scrying for those with need for it. And I train successes. Or at least I try. Brewery has been on and off that path these days. So much information. Oh yeah. Yes, we can ask. Do we care? Nah, fuck it.
I'll let you.
You take care now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you. It's going to be a long day.
Oh, I got my lunch. The dream. Find a way to dream. That is definitely something we discuss with Gala. We still have profiling him as an objective. But I guess that's actually the last part of profiling him. She knew Evelyn, so she is off the list. Yeah, we have a million topics with you. Wally. What else do we have with you? What is in the safe? Okay. You know what? We need to investigate his room, which I do want. You have never met Evelyn Mantovani. We do know quite a bit about you now. Okay, we know half about you. Okay. Oof, so much, so much.
Mr. Ward.
I cannot ask him about dreaming, unfortunately. What are the duties of your role? It's somewhere between a priest and a doctor. Some faith work, some healing. Really, it's helping people in whatever way they need. Of course, there is less need now. The old ways die more each year, and doctors are more commonplace. Still, everyone needs a trusted friend. In many ways, that's the real core of the work. You're Fiat's apprentice? I am. I'm trying to handle all of your duties. Of course, I like your experience, but I have my medical training and new techniques to give me an edge. When you take over, will you still be a bean dry? Of course not, Mr. Ward. I would just be the dry. I think bun is like a woman. Old well. Do you know anything about the well in the hedge maze? I do. It's old, very old, from before this place was built. Probably not the only bit of antiquity around either. It's Fiat's belief that the well is the lifeblood of this entire region. I'm inclined to agree with you. Do we have anything else to discuss right now? I do not think so. Okay.
I have to be on my...
Be well.
I would have expected to be able to talk to him about the dreams. Now, Dr. Callahan, can we enter your bedroom right in front of you?
Declan, dear.
Well,
No, I think we both know very well.
no. You see, this is a misunderstanding.
Okay, it's nice that they call you out.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Varley would.
It is nice that they call you out on this. I kind of expected that, which is why I saved. Still only 2 people survived. Alright, with that established, I think, okay, I do want to visit the priest's room. But what I also want to visit, I think I also want to visit the garden and hedge maze in case Dupré is there, and maybe talk to this guy. I wonder what is the relation between him and Beard. Where is the priest's room? Okay, the priest's room is this way. You know what? Let's go there. While the priest is not in his room. He has a big one. An empty pistol case. Does this mean the priest is constantly armed? But why? We found the magically locked box in someone's room. I don't remember whose room it is anymore. Another journal. Let's see the most recent entry. I have uncovered a hidden door which leads to the women's changing rooms. It's an ungodly place. Alas, I was hasty in my exit and have yet to review it properly. Between our assessment of the grounds and the talk at 11, our best opportunity will be at 6. But we will find these catacombs. Come Sunday morning, we will search them stone to stone. Sorry, what? Okay, hell. Synod, what are you talking about? Undiscovered map location. Interesting. What are you on about? Ah, it's your special Bible. Oh, you're agnostic. You're really heretic. His Bible is a Gnostic one. He has sermon notes and the likes recorded inside. Is this the branch of Christianity he really follows? He has a passage about a black iron prison marked, but I cannot make out what they mean. It's hard to make anything of use out. It's a very dense tome. I would need to look elsewhere for more understandable information. I guess the Bible. A sequence of hand-drawn symbols was sitting below the Bible. Whatever that means. Everything needed to pen a letter. Okay, sorry, what? And we need to discuss this with Synod. Well, what a guy. And not check under his bed. His clothes. Ah, shoes. I think that's small. Nope, they are medium. His vestments. Father Synod's priestly robes smell of incense, dust, and sulfur. Concerning? Nothing. He has been trying to complete a map of the grounds, but it is poorly made. Not his skill set, I suppose. What do you mean? His lines are on point. What do you mean poorly made? Incomplete maps of the grounds. They are well made, unlike the recent continuation beside them. A mass of correspondence from various people. One mentions Mr. Doyle and his placement here to investigate. Another talks about how the Aeon has been located. Whatever it is, it resides here at Blake Manor. A note here about freeing the Aeon from its prison at all costs. No death here is real. Another talks about how all attempts to reach Mr. Doyle have failed. I see the flyer for this event is attached to another letter. This is your chance, Father, is written here. Somebody stayed here in order to reach Doyle, but he didn't recognize them or know the faith. So, okay, so there is something about Seamus. Did Seamus get brainwashed? And his schedule. Father Synod's schedule for this weekend. I have noted his movements in my timetable. Okay, so currently he is in the walled garden. The Aeon. Curiouser and curiouser. Okay, I think that covers everything in Synod's room. How very interesting. Did we miss anything? No, I think that's Oh. A badly scrawled note, I think requesting a meeting with Father Synod, but it is hard to read. As the best I can tell, it is signed Murphy. In that case, let's go and find Synod. He is in the Vault Garden. So we need to get to the first floor. Oh, lots of people here.
You really mean to tell me you've never been to so much as a tarot reading before? Awfully common, of course, tarot. A seance or other ritual is preferable. But I really would have thought you'd have some experience.
No, I confess, I'm a novice to the whole thing. But this seance sounded so fascinating. When I heard of it, I couldn't bring myself not to come along.
No one could fault you for your lack of ambition.
Ambition? If you like. Mere curiosity, really. Who isn't a little interested in whatever comes next? Especially at our age.
Well, quite.
What are you people yapping about? Quick save. Do we have the schedules for... Let's ask them about their schedules
We
for
meet again.
future convenience. Okay, I have already asked him about his schedule.
Good.
I presumably also asked you about your schedule.
Mr. Ward.
Well, we can ask about the Fae almost everyone, so I don't think... Let's ask about Evelyn Dean. I'm surprised I forgot to ask him before. Have you met Miss Dean? Not really, no. Not really, no. Every time I see her, she is exhausted from her day. I suppose this is an important event for her. Even though I don't know the woman. Big fish in this pond. I'm sure she'll find time for me by the time this is all over.
Good, and to you.
Now, Synod.
Yes, my child.
We have a lot to talk to you about. What do we start with? I guess from the beginning. I have discovered a Gnostic Bible, Father. Would you know what that means? Did you know? Gnosticism is an old branch of Christianity. It bears many similarities, but its faithful believe they know, the true nature of reality, and hope that the knowing of that truth will allow them to find a way to enter the kingdom of heaven, the true kingdom of heaven. Tell me about the Black Iron Prison? ... All of this life, is the prison. This realm, filled with material trinkets and lurid flesh, built to distract us from truth, from enlightenment. Hell is real, Mr. Ward, and we are in it. Father, I found these symbols and was wondering if you knew what they might mean. These are alchemical symbols, used, in theory, to unlock the fundamental nature of the universe. Okay, we cannot talk to him anymore.
Take my leave, Father.
Go with God, my child.
Unfortunately, none of these topics led to anything, but we will see. And I'm sure Synod has now pissed off somewhere. Indeed, he has. He is currently in the maze. I would like to finish questioning him on the topics. But you know what? Maybe next time. For now, we will wrap it up and continue next time. Thank you for watching, everyone, and have a good day. Goodbye.